I just...
What's up? What's up?
Sometimes you gotta drive for hours in a day, and the road is so boring that you have to have a cigarette in your hand for most of it.
And now you don't have anywhere to...
The moral of the story is...
Oh, my. Oh, boy.
Yeah.
Popping those levels.
I will. Happily.
Pop them.
Happily.
Pop those level cheeks.
I wish I
Wide.
had a stutter. That would make this so much better.
It would be a nightmare to edit.
That's what I'm saying. Imagine having to cut around every time I gotta say a word.
I would leave it in there out of respect.
I would probably respectfully request it be cut the fuck out of the podcast.
Boy, oh boy.
Not because I hate a stutter, but because, Jesus, if you think 2.5 hours is long, imagine me having to say 2 sentences to you, and then we're at the 2.5 hour mark.
Well, look.
You got my 2 sentences or less for the movie, and then it's time to go to bed.
Maybe that's all we need. Maybe that's what... Because, like, I'm pretty sure people are listening to this while they're either, like, mopping in a dark hallway or, like, going to bed. So maybe that's what they need.
Shout out Matt O'Brien for having one of the funniest jokes about basements in Toronto.
It was a good one. And if you know what we're talking about... then
I'm not going to parrot it because I feel like it's disrespectful to comedians to just... say their bits unless they're Louis C.K.
So go seek it out. I think it's on Twitter. All right.
It's called Basements.
Basements.
Basements,
I think.
Well, that was a personal touch.
Hold on, I gotta chug this real quick.
Don't inhale it into your lungs like you did right before you hit record there.
Yeah, I got orange soda in my lungs.
It's good for you. That's the coating on the outside that keeps the COVID out.
My pneumonia is gonna be just like tangerine
flavored.
Yeah.
When you cough it out.
Yeah. I don't know. I think that's fluid in the lungs, right?
Well, that's where they get pulp for orange juice from. Yeah. And I'm really happy I said it because I want everybody to hate pulp as much as I do.
Well, I already hate pulp.
Well,
I've never liked pulp and orange juice, and I will never. And if I find it in my orange juice, you know what I do? I don't drink it. I take a napkin and I like take another cup and I use the napkin as a filter.
Nice.
Flip the cup over and then I make a mess. And I
Yeah.
go, well, there was pulp in it.
Yeah.
So what was I to do?
This is what happens when you give me pulp in the drink. You get a mess.
I
will reassemble this orange and it'll be much drier this time.
Yeah, I'm looking to drink, not chew.
I don't want to pick my juice out of my teeth after.
That's not what breakfast is all about these days.
And you don't want difficulty at breakfast because you just got up. It should be easy for the first couple of hours.
Yeah, I just want my orange juice to slide down my throat without gagging or choking.
Imagining bits.
There doesn't need to be seeds and rind in my orange juice.
No, because you might as well just eat an orange then.
Yeah. Yep. All right. Well, and I'm glad we both have the same opinion on orange juice.
All juice. Don't care.
Oh.
Fuck that aloe drink. No, never.
You know what? That was not bad.
Okay.
I don't
like
mind that
somebody
one.
microwaved lychee jelly and then just put a bunch of bits in it.
I like it.
I'm out.
I'm in. That one I'm down with.
Some people rub that shit on their bodies when they have like poison ivy. So.
And you know what? I like when you get boba tea with the jelly chunks in it and not the terrible black marbles.
Yeah, the soggy black ball that comes off gelatinously in your mouth as you're trying to swallow it.
Yeah, that thing is what you do is you load that in your straw and then you shoot it at somebody you don't like.
Yeah.
That's what boba's for.
I imagine the shitty tapioca balls to be the same as like, say you just open a clam and eat the pearl without rinsing it off.
I imagine it to be kind of like that, but instead of opening the clam, you're like you're opening the clam, but like 2 weeks before that, so the pearl's not ready.
Right.
The pearl is very much so still forming.
Yeah. So it's like a giant caviar egg surrounded by fish gunk.
And it pops in your mouth and you're like, I don't know. Actually, I have no idea if tapioca pops in your mouth.
It doesn't. It just it's soft. It's like a wet gummy. It's so gross.
Well, I'm glad I never drink it.
Yeah, you should be.
My instincts were
jelly
correct.
comes in like flavors. So tapioca just comes in one flavor and it's leather bag.
Yeah, no, I like to taste the rainbow, not the purse.
Not the leprechaun's hat.
Man, I think we've really alienated a section of our audience that enjoys their drinks to come with a plastic wrapper on top.
Drink it all day. I've said all I can say. So if we're in the same place and I see that, I'm not gonna say anything because it would just be repetitious.
Yeah, just know if you offer it to me, it's gonna be a no. And
I'll slap it out of your hand.
you shouldn't be offended when I say no. And with that, I beg of you to please,
For the love of God.
oh my, if you do one thing today,
Yeah.
after your hard day that you clearly have had a hard ass day,
You must have.
go to grindhousemovie.club. Just go there. Just go to that website and look at it. That's all I ask you. You could go to like the homepage if you want to and look at that. It's pretty neat.
You know how easy it is to just use your eyes in a direction? You're probably doing it right now.
Oh, yeah. So do that. You're listening to this podcast. Just look up the website. Just go there and check it out. And like, I haven't told anybody this, but if you go on
This
there,
is a fucking hot exclusive.
it's a not exclusive because I try my best to tell people about this, but I never do.
Right.
You go there, and I think it's like the left side of the website. If you click that, you can like sign up to be part of the Drinkers Club.
Drinkers Club.
Yeah,
I'm already a part of that.
Well,
Is that alcoholism joke?
and this one is not. But well, that's fine.
Well, they go hand in hand.
You
have one, you're gonna want the other.
Yeah, and then once you have the other, then you got the next step is 12 steps.
That's a lot of steps, dude.
I know. I don't see why it's not just like one step and it's just like stop.
Yeah.
Anyway, you go there and sign up, and then you get points for buying shit, and then also just like going to the website and looking at it.
Mm-hmm.
And then you can get free coffee.
Stoked.
That's how that works.
That's the easiest way to get a free thing ever, aside from having it fall on you from a great height like a piano.
And you know what? That sucks.
It does. This doesn't.
Then and that's the plug. That's the entire plug right there.
Mm-hmm.
Go darkroastcult.com, grindhousemovie.
Dingy.
Text message. Oh, don't worry.
Mr. Popularis. That's fine. I was on call last weekend, and that's always a concern. Because I gotta be honest, I got a certain way that my priorities are listed from most to least important.
Mm-hmm.
And this podcast, well, it's above answering a work call on a weekend. It's
good to hear.
So if your toilet's backing up, you're gonna have to wait at least 2 hours.
Yeah, I'm sorry. You're ankle deep in shit while hardware is on the docket today.
It is.
So
thanks, Andrew, for the intro song.
Also that.
Lap.
At least one of us is remembering.
Listen, you got the whole website out this time. I had to get the Andrew out.
There you go. And then like in a couple hours, maybe you'll get some feces out of somebody's shoes.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm not on call anymore, so it's not my responsibility any longer.
Yeah, and I guess as a plumber,
I don't touch their shoes.
Oh yeah, and the feces there within is their issue. I think
is.
You're not a shoe doctor. You're not an elf.
A lot of the time, the feces that gets everywhere else is also their issue. Because I slap a toilet back on and be like, all right, you're all set. Flush that, right? Look at that. All right, see ya.
So yeah, this is fine. Everything else around it.
Yeah.
Bye. All right. You know what that is, right? That's poo-poo.
It's half a lie. We do our best to clean it up, but there have been literal times where I've been like, should we do something about this? And my boss, who I was working with, it's like, no, fuck that.
You know what? High five.
I don't have hazmat gloves, dude.
Good bossing.
I don't know what's in there.
Good. That's some good bossing right there.
Yeah, it is.
Solid bossing.
Hardware this week.
That is the movie we did. I wasn't fucking around.
Let me tell you right now. I like to think The Office is a good show. I like to think The Office has a lot of like decent points, and that its references are reliable in their quality. Unfortunately, I was led astray by a spindly tall man.
Oh, Gabe, no.
By the name of Gabe.
Poor Gabe.
Who the argument between him and his girlfriend in that episode when this movie comes up is whether they watch this or Wall-E.
Yeah.
Which is what Aaron's choice was. Let me tell you, much as I hate kids' movies, I would choose Wall-E because fuck, this movie sucks.
Oh, boy. You know what? I had a better time when I did watch Wall-E, to be honest with you. I don't remember a single thing in WALL-E. I just know by the end of it, I was like, wow. And by the end of this movie, I was like, thank God.
Yeah.
Holy shit, it's about time.
I had to go smoke twice inside of 30 minutes while I watched this movie. Now, when I say that, what I mean is, I didn't get 30 minutes into the movie without having to have 2 cigarettes.
Damn.
How's that?
That's not a great start to this. Do you have 2 sentences or
Close
less?
your blinds when you're fucking. That's it.
Yeah.
Don't accept scrap metal from a guy who doesn't blink when he looks at you and sells it.
Yeah. Yeah.
If a guy walks into the place that you're peddling your shitty scrap that you got from the irradiated area that's nearby, and a dude walks in and all you can see is his eyes because of the lighting, and he just hands you shit silently, it's probably at best illegal, at worst murderous.
Mm-hmm. You know what? You know why you could only see his eyes?
Because the rest of his face is fucked up? I don't know.
Well, because the rest of his face was painted black.
Okay, good.
And then he had a glasses-shaped part that wasn't painted.
Well, that makes it worse, because why are you doing blackface? This movie's set in like 2100.
You think we'd be past that?
You would.
I don't have 2 sentences because honestly, this movie spoils itself. Hey, guess what? If it's on the ground, it's likely trash. Don't pick it up.
Hey man, if it's on the ground covered by sand and wrapped in barbed wire and landmines, not worth traversing.
Yeah,
Not worth picking up.
The same reason you don't like pick up a USB thing you find on the street and plug that into your computer.
Yeah.
You
might get a virus. You might get way worse than a virus.
Yeah.
You might get evidence against you.
Yeah, you might end up on a list.
Yeah.
And that's not what we want for you. So again, this is a cautionary tale. Don't pick up USB drives. Don't pick up junk.
Yeah. Leave the junk.
Don't pick up junk.
Keep the valuables. That wasn't one.
For some reason, this film starts with a nice seizure.
Yeah. Right away. Epileptic fit.
Couple blasts in the eyes. And honestly, it sent me off.
This is you woke up shaking.
Yeah. And then the movie was still playing, and it was worse. It was worse than the seizure.
That was, yep. That was her dream sequence, the first one of a couple that you have to sit through. And if that's what you're dreaming about, you got
something's wrong.
Go to the doctor.
Something's disconnected in your brain if your dreams are just flashes of light.
Cerebral firings, like, great. The first 30 minutes of this movie can be summed up in one sentence. Okay. Some woman dreaming, welding, desert.
Good.
Dylan McDermott and his friend who refuses to wear take his sunglasses off even at night,
and which has garnered him the nickname Shades.
Yeah, his nickname should be Corey Hart.
He wears his sunglasses at night, indoors, on the toilet,
and for some reason he's the only person in the movie with an Irish accent or Welsh. I don't know which. Either way, why?
You know he pulls those sunglasses off, and neither of those eyes are looking in the same direction.
No, that's probably why he's got Steve Buscemi eyes under there.
Oh. That's not a term. Don't ever ever use that.
It's cool, like when you watch a movie and you want to be shown things because there's imagery involved, and so instead what you get is expositional dialogue that explains even shit that who cares about it in the environment of the film.